wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got some special guests in the building.
Yes, indeed.
They got a new album out right now called Day Ones, ladies and gentlemen. Day 26.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, fellas? How y'all feeling?
Good to be here.
Good, man. Bless.
Good.
How y'all brothers doing, man? Y'all ain't come up here just to talk about Diddy, did you?
Nah, hell no.
We don't want to talk about him at all.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just saying, everybody. I'm just saying. That's what a lot of former bad boy artists are doing now. Okay. New album, Day One.
Yeah.
Talk about
26. There you go.
Absolutely.
How did y'all stay together so long? Where you hear this industry, almost every group breaks up. There's a problem. There's a situation. But you guys have been pretty strong for a while.
Yeah. I mean, God, man. I mean, one thing. Like I was talking to Dotline the other day. And he was like, man, like I really like respect y'all like so much because you guys have like been able to still keep going. He was like, I wish my group and I would have been able to do that.
Who's that?
Dotline.
Oh, Dotline.
Shout out to the band as well.
Not say his name 3 times.
That's not how you remember.
I'm like 3 times.
But just to piggyback off of that, we got some of the best fans in the world. So no matter what throughout this time, like they've been really supporting us, whether it's big or little, you know what I'm saying? And they just support us no matter what. So it help us stay together and, keep us working and all that too. So shout out to the greatest fans in the world, Day 26 fans, the Day Ones, you know what I mean?
What's kept y'all together all of these years, just as a collective?
I would say like the grind that you saw making the band of us even being created as a group, like that was serious. Like we really walked to get cheesecake. We really stood outside in the cold and put our all into this. So we take that serious everywhere we go. Like,
and none of y'all never thought about like just walking home. Like, you know what? I ain't going. Okay. But I can say y'all really, really wanted it. But like nobody ever said like tell the truth. None of y'all was just like
through the years.
When I got back,
through the years, group members fell off and came back and things of that nature. So we had, the hills and the valleys of groups, but at the same time, I think the passion behind us and the thing that we're really trying to accomplish out here is what keeps us going. I mean, we really like to be in front of the fans. We like to, just create the new music and be in front of them all the time. So.
I don't remember him making y'all walk for cheesecake. I remember the band. I don't
No,
remember
we did worse than the band. They only had to go to Brooklyn. We had to walk go to all the
Across the George Washington Bridge and all kinds
I
of
swear I don't remember that ever.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
So it was bull.
Huh?
It was bull. It never should have happened.
Yeah. When do you think that show really was trying to set y'all up for success, or was it just for TV?
I think it was more. Honestly, that show was kind of, in my opinion, this is my opinion.
TV. It's
TV.
TV.
It was TV. You know what I'm saying?
Not for us though.
It definitely wasn't set up for the artists to succeed after. Definitely wasn't.
Yeah. But Diddy didn't know what he was doing. He know what he was doing when he put us.
It was only by the grace of God that like we were able to still maintain and still be here and still do music and not just do music but still do amazing music. Y'all heard it?
No, not yet. No, we didn't.
Man.
Jess, come on.
No,
y'all like R&B though, right?
Yes.
I thought we was here, Jess.
Real R&B. I'm telling you, yes, I am here. I'm gonna listen.
You have to
today.
Thank you.
Yes.
I've heard some records, and I heard one in the bathroom just now. When I walked in the bathroom, somebody was playing it in the stall. I'm dead ass serious. Like, why they playing Day 26 in the stall?
No, it wasn't me.
It was my cousin and me.
Somebody was playing the new album, and they was in the stall. And he was talking. He was like, I need some music while I'm in here.
So, but you said that you feel like TV was made for you guys not to succeed. Why do you feel that way?
I mean, just the way
the show, I should say.
I mean, just the way the whole thing was like set up, like even from the contract, you know what I'm saying, the way it was structured to like when the cameras were gone, it was like, all right, guys, it was nice knowing you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we had to really go in and fight for our next deal. Like we wasn't already signed. You know what I'm saying? We literally had to have people like B. Cox and that really cared about us. And what's his name that we
Troy
did?
Taylor.
Troy Taylor. It took people like that to go to the label. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? Y'all got the hottest R&B group in the world here, and y'all won't do nothing with them, And so that's what it took for us to even get in the door to do another project. They wasn't worried about us like that. It was for what it was for.
That's for TV. They looked at it for TV.
Yeah, they thought about it for it like that. But you got people who've been grinding their whole life at certain things. So it wasn't just a start at a TV show.
Exactly.
It was things that, I was 10 years in writing and stuff like that.
Right. I was signed to Wyclef at the time when I made the band.
And I was at Music World, with Beyonce's father for years.
So we was
Before
already
any of
in the
this.
game. It was created to make it look like he gave us, put us, we learned everything we knew from this situation and everything, but
it wasn't true.
We was vets in the game. We had to get bought out of our contract, some of us, to be in this situation.
Why would y'all do some of the things? Because if y'all were already in the industry, right? I understand for people that this was their first time signing, and why would y'all do some of the things that they made y'all do? If y'all were there, like you were signed before, y'all were already, your foot was in the door. Why would y'all do some of the stuff that I feel was like, I don't want to say degrading, but a little degrading. Like walk 5 boroughs across the George Washington Bridge, go get cheesecake. Like, and y'all know it wasn't part of the industry. That was just part of
the
TV.
show. Right. I think at that point it's just, you got your foot in, but you ain't all the way where you want to go. And you see somebody who's a musical mogul and who can possibly take this thing and take it somewhere else. So you be like, all right, cool, I'll go and take that chance. I think that was more of a chance, and we just took it. You know what I mean?
And then for some of us, like me, I always wanted to be signed to Bad Boy. So that was a big thing for me. Like, no matter the deals that I had before that or the deal I was currently in, that's a position that I always wanted to be in. I didn't know what it was before I got into it. But that's where when I moved to the United States, Bad Boy was the first R&B hip hop that I even knew or heard of. So it had that kind of influence. And when you got that kind of influence on somebody, especially at a young age, you know what I'm saying? Like,
where did you move from?
Germany. I grew up in Augsburg, Germany. My dad's in the military, so I traveled around a lot. But once I came back here, I wasn't allowed to listen to R&B music like that because my dad is a bishop. He's a pastor. So when I came here, I was with my mom, and I got to experience R&B. Bad Boy was the first thing that I really gravitated to. So it was something that I really, really wanted. So it's like going after something that you've been going after all your life, and it being right there, you might do some things that you wouldn't normally do.
Were y'all seeing like the previous season, like, were y'all close with any of the other people, like Ness and Chopper and all,
And that came after.
Okay, so they was after
so
that.
Nobody gave us a heads up or
right.
not.
We
didn't know.
Y'all ain't need no heads up.
I mean, Danny Kane, but they was still doing. They was still very well in the middle of their situation too. So they wasn't giving us that many jewels to really to make us understand what the situation was. But they did try to tell us a few things and be big sisters to us and help us out or whatever prior to us finding out for ourselves.
I wonder, did people take y'all serious because y'all had talent? That was obvious. But then there was also the antics of the TV show. And I always think about that one scene where y'all was singing y'all ass off. And Diddy was like, yeah, but y'all got to get naked.
What?
Yeah, y'all was singing y'all ass off. I remember that scene. And he was,
I don't remember that scene.
It's a million things that Diddy say at that time that now
it's horrible. It didn't age well.
We went back to watch the clip, and you forget how hard y'all was singing.
What? And how good they
sounded.
Already.
You just remember the naked part, but I'm like, yo, they actually sounded really, really good.
And ain't nobody singing like that now. Like, that's what also makes it so viral, too. Like,
thank you.
Damn, y'all niggas, y'all wasn't in no studio. It wasn't nothing, no touches on y'all voice or nothing. Y'all were really fucking singing like Boys the Men. And this nigga told y'all to get naked even after that.
Bro, you know what? Your face was so funny when he said that. His face was so funny when he said it, dog. I got that clip the other day.
I didn't get it, but I mean, I'm thinking he was meaning like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be vulnerable while singing, right?
At that time,
so that was it, but it aged wrong.
I interpreted it.
I mean,
it's how they edited it.
I understood.
That's the only way I was gonna continue to sing.
That's how they edited it, because if you watch the full thing, he explained it a little bit before, like this. The video that's going around now, they cut out the middle part. He did explain it like,
being raw.
He wants y'all to be like,
raw.
He wants y'all to be open, like emotionally open, and that's how you get the best results.
He explained the nakedness.
He did. He explained it, but the video that's going viral was just they was just singing.
That made it
and he
sound
was
like,
all right, that's good, but now y'all gotta get naked.
Y'all made it sound like you wouldn't have your Willie. I need you naked for this. That just sounds like
50 probably made that video.
Look,
right.
It's just not aging well. Let's just put it
That's true.
No, it ain't.
Especially with the new allegations or whatever things are.
But did that make people take y'all less serious, though?
Definitely. We had a hard time breaking into radio because people really thought it was just a gimmick for TV. And we had the #1 album in the country and couldn't get radio play because people was literally like, oh, we didn't think y'all need that. Like, y'all from, you know what I'm saying?
Y'all
TV.
Like,
and it was crazy because the people really didn't give us the chance as far as musically because of it. They was like, yo, y'all coming to places and people coming to see y'all and y'all selling things out, but y'all don't have a record that was pushing. It was more from the TV success.
Yeah.
That DJs and nobody would really give us that full play. Like, yo, yo, nah, it's real dope stuff, you know what I mean? But we just wasn't getting it just because of the TV show and what they thought we already had, you know what I mean?
And then going from, you know, because Willie, you went from making a band to Love and Hip Hop. You did more reality TV. How did that help or hurt? Did that help or hurt your career too?
I mean, just steady on the grind of things, man. I don't think that it, you know, helped much, but at the same time, it was visibility.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because then we started looking at you as the husband who couldn't get it right.
But you know what? And the crazy part about the best thing about it is I'm 17 years married now to this day.
Yeah,
my family, my wife.
See?
So you know what I'm saying? No matter if we mess up or the things, like, as long as we grow and we mature from those things and we're able to correct our wrongs, I feel like we get to a better state. I think, and that's why I am now. So
yeah.
How much of that is in the new album? Like, what songs reflect that? Is it Be a Man?
Every record on that album is somebody's story at one point or another. Every single, like, it's 17 of the hardest R&B records you'll ever hear. And I'm not just saying it because I'm a member of the group. But this is one of the dopest R&B albums in a long, long time.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, one of the songs that I think to touch on for me is a record called In or Out. I think it's really big for a lot of relationships nowadays. You know what I mean? How we go in and sometimes we feel like we're here, we not, and we may be in a position to almost lose our girl, but we fighting back and we don't understand the arguments and things to say. Those type of things, I think all that stuff comes out into that one record, In or Out. I think it's really, really dope. Y'all can check it out.
Shout out to the exclusives that the producers
they did the whole album, right?
Yeah, and they really did extensive research on each of us before they went in and produced the records. Like, they knew about our situations. They knew about me being newly married. They knew about some of the things they went through personally. And so they really worked hard to incorporate it into the record to make it personal and make it, you know, make it.
Congratulations, you're newly married.
You 3 years. You know.
Oh, okay, all right. Well,
at the time we did it. I was only a year and a half in.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I don't know. I think 3 years. I just hit 3 years, but I think that's still kind of newlywed.
It is good, but congratulations.
Thank you.
I like what you said about the In or Out thing, because I feel like anything that you care about and have cared about for a long time, you can always go in and out of. I don't want to say love, but just in and out of a feeling that you have for it. Like, sometimes it feels very intense. Sometimes it's like, you know?
No, for sure.
I mean,
for sure. There's
like
a lot of things in life. Like,
I was about to say that, and there's a lot of things like that in life. Just period. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be, you know, you just got to be strong enough to kind of, you know, 10 toes down and stick through it.
I'm sure y'all feel like that as a group. A million times.
Absolutely.
No, for sure.
We're prime example of it. We fight, we fuss, we cuss, we do it all. But
and we're not even around each other on an everyday basis to be able to build that, you know, chemistry that most groups have when they from the same place, like 112 and like Boys to Men and people like that. When they able to build that grind, they all from one place. They able to see each other every time they want. We all live in 5 different places across the United States. We even to just get a rehearsal for a show take
flights,
hotels, everything in the world just to have a rehearsal for a show, you know. So like, and we've been fighting through that by ourselves this whole time.
And y'all a group, so everything is super duper expensive.
Everything.
And then everybody comes to somebody, so it's expensive. Yeah. I wanted to know when Diddy
your entourage is too big, by the way. I just want to say that.
It's huge,
but if everybody comes to one person, it's 10. You know what I mean? I wanted to know when Diddy said R&B was dead back then a couple of years ago. And y'all was signed to him. How did that make y'all feel? Because y'all were his R&B artist.
I don't know. What he said it.
No, that wasn't signed to him, but
I mean,
it was signed to Bad Boy one time.
I mean, man, I feel like people like that. I mean, especially with him having like a huge like platform, and then having a huge part in putting us together. Obviously, it's almost like I don't want nobody else to love you if I can't have you type situation. So I want everybody to like look at you like you not.
Time like this. Crazy analogy to use at a time like this.
You know what, man?
We know what you meant. We know what you meant.
Come on now.
I don't want nobody else to love you if I can't have you.
I don't think it really affected us like that, because I've heard Diddy say himself, like, I work with everybody from 112 to that, and I've heard everybody from Jodeci to.
That's when he was signed to him.
And he's basically like, Day 26 is the best group I've ever in my life worked with vocally. So I've heard him. We've heard him say those things as well. So
we were working with him at the time.
Did you believe him when he said that?
I believe he knows that we are. I believe what he said too, and I believe he really believed that. Yeah. He knows. That's why I don't think he would care if we weren't weren't capable of doing.
He said y'all better vocally than Jodeci.
He did. That's what he said. I didn't say that. I'm just saying.
He's a liar. I like y'all, yeah, but no.
Jodeci.
Jodeci is not honest.
Jojo's the only two singers that we got.
That
5
is
lead
true.
singers here, bro.
Jodeci is great, man.
And that's my favorite group.
So I'm not gonna say.
Okay, I can see that if you're saying it like that. Because Casey and JoJo the lead singers, and then 112 is usually Slim. But all of y'all can sing.
But let's just be honest though. Some people do skate off of sex appeal and in them good hits though.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sitting here discrediting Jodeci. Like we know them for them hits, you know.
Greatest group ever.
But then you got vocalists like motherfuckers that can like sing a cappella and make you feel the same way.
Yeah. That's why it's the big fuss of who's the
to
best,
me,
Jodeci or Boyz II Men, because they both embody the two different sides.
You know, it's both of them a vibe. Two things can be true at the same time. Both of y'all vibe, but it's like vocally, like if you can hear somebody sing a cappella and make you get that feeling of Jodeci when you look so like. But then you need the beats, you need everything with that. It's like a vibe. I really feel vocally they are a strong group.
Thank you
so much. All of y'all can sing.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Can we?
I guess.
No. When I think about it, so what you said is true. It's like Casey and JoJo were the singers, but all 5 of y'all can sing.
Yeah.
I get it.
So what happened to the Bad Boy deal? And because you were still, like you said, still having #1 records and everything. So why did it just?
So Diddy went through some stuff, I guess, with
Atlantic,
and we were a joint venture between Atlantic and Bad Boy, and whatever they went through at the time, Atlantic took us from Bad Boy.
Okay, so Atlantic kept y'all in.
Yeah,
exactly.
And we weren't able to move forward, whatever that situation was with Bad Boy, because we had to stay with Atlantic.
And when y'all with Atlantic, did they believe like they should have?
They believed and we worked, and then Brian decided to, do some things that made us lose the situation because
what did you do, Brian?
They like to look. I'm gonna tell y'all something.
We like
man,
to tell the truth.
Nah, y'all like to fabricate a whole lot, man. I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Like, look, Brian is the bad guy, and I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? If stuff ain't right to me, man, I'm gonna point it out, and I'm gonna point it out, and I'm gonna point it out, and if nothing is being done about it, then I'm just gonna remove myself from that situation.
So what happened, Brian?
Man, I had to step away because it just wasn't.
What wasn't right?
Wasn't right. Just some business.
Well,
it just wasn't
you should
right
have warned the crew, bro.
Yeah. So you just stepped away and didn't tell anybody. You just
the next day.
No, that's not necessarily true. I did not leave.
We
the
was
group.
on a radio promo.
Hold on. No. See, y'all said it's trying to make me out the bad.
Now's your time, right? Now's your time to
clear
the record.
Okay, allow me to talk.
Okay.
No, basically, man, like I wasn't exactly pleased with the management at the time, and I just sent a letter of direction to the company, our record company at the time,
which was Atlantic.
Okay. I ain't want to.
Go ahead, man. Finish the story.
Basically, anyways, I basically like let them know, hey, I had new management, so if there's any business as far as Day 26 is concerned, please direct any business as far as Brian is concerned to this person, which is Michael Moose Swings. And I don't know what happened after that. From my understanding,
I seen you as a new solo artist on A1 Records. That's what I saw.
That's so you were solo. No. I got the solo. No. I got the solo deal with at the time E1. But I was still going to be a member of the group. I just got a deal as a solo artist. There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, Brian, did you tell the rest of the group? No. Did you tell the label that?
No.
Did you just not show up?
Knew I was working.
We didn't know that. We found that out when the tour was over.
Jesus. Anyway, next question.
So you said on the radio.
Next question.
I'm gonna tell you something. See, the thing is, Q had already left the group, so we had went down to 4 by the time we was with Atlantic. So it was already 4 of us.
I just wanted different.
He already had did something different, so they wasn't finna go through it again with him doing it. He was pulling the same exact thing he pulled, like the same letter, everything. He wrote it.
But Q told y'all I ain't fucking with y'all no more.
Very transparent.
Yeah. He started tripping.
Yeah,
like, out the gate. different vehicles and everything.
Yes,
he was just because I wasn't messing with management.
Exactly.
See, same thing.
I got my own management.
So against the group.
Yeah.
That's why Diddy should have never told y'all was better than Jodeci.
This is exactly what y'all got a promo tour. Y'all doing a radio tour. He just don't show up.
We had dropped the record Made Love Lately, which is our first single without Q. We was in the video, getting busy and everything. We was getting ready to go on our
radio promo
tour. We was #1 most added at the time.
Hold on, before you continue.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
And then I think we supposed to leave on like that Monday to start in Detroit.
No, in Ohio.
Okay.
Columbus, Ohio.
Boom, he got it.
Yeah, they remember.
Yeah, because it was real. I had my bags packed. That's how I'm like, hey, my bags packed. And they're like, y'all, you sitting down? Yeah, Atlantic just dropped y'all.
What? Just like that.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Damn, Brian.
Really? Nah, I'm gonna tell you why. Somebody got to be the bad guy, always. I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Atlantic ended up signing TGT, and it was a situation where two groups are the same. I mean, they're pretty much the same type of group.
Not really.
No.
Not at all, man. It was all you, Brian. It was all you, Brian. It was nothing about you.
What is my fault?
TGT, Tyrese, Genuine, and Tank Brian. Come on, there's a lot of false equivalencies happening in this room today.
Hey man, just admit it. At the time, you was going through some things, and you did some things.
No, I wanted different management. There's nothing wrong
bless
with
the
that.
wonderful name of the Lord.
There's nothing wrong with that.
What year was it?
No, this was like what?
May 2011?
11, I think 11.
11?
But that's what happens when it's a group, like, you feel me? Because you can't make decisions, because you making decisions for yourself, but the whole time it's four other people to fend for and to take an account.
And when you bring somebody like a TGT in, they're going to say, all right, we giving all, especially back then, we're going to give all our resources to these more established artists.
Who have made it individually.
That's right.
So then they come together for a group.
And that's exactly what happened. But obviously, they want to put it off on me. So you know what, guys? I'll take that. Bow.
So who called Brian after? Because I know one of y'all called him like my nigga.
We didn't talk for a long time.
So how did y'all finally talk?
That was our, at the time, that was everything. Our bag, his back end. After we thought the label wasn't paying attention, we then went to Atlanta and recorded this bomb album, and we were just ready to kick the door in a way that wasn't for making the band, for people could take us serious.
Fight,
and we
Brian.
was finally in that position.
Fight, Brian. Don't let them do you like this. No, don't let them do you like this. I don't mean physically. I don't mean physically. I mean fight for your credibility.
No. I'll tell you this. Why would I shoot a music video? Why would I go to 106 in Park and premiere the video with guys and everything and not plan on being a member
because you didn't know what your actions was going to lead to, bro. You just did something.
So basically, I'm supposed to just sit around.
Hey, we here now.
Next question.
It wasn't intentional. You didn't mean to do it.
I just wanted my business handled.
There we go.
That's
In this respect, I got to respect that, B.
Bro.
Are you the youngest? You the baby?
You the eldest.
Are you the what, nigga? The oldest? Oh my God.
Q, why did you leave?
Why did I leave?
Why did you leave initially?
Well, if you watch Making the Band for like the last season, you saw that I was like tripping about management.
I remember that.
The business. So that's why when we went to Atlantic, I was like, oh, he's still involved? No.
Who, the manager at the time? Okay. Who was the manager? I don't remember.
His name was...
No, now you want to be the oldest.
Now you want to be the oldest. So without getting into your business, how did y'all eat during that time? I know you jumped in Love and Hip Hop because you was like the bags was there. This was out. This was my life. So how did y'all eat from that? You just get dropped. Brian's not effing with y'all. You're not talking to him. So how did y'all eat? Because y'all a group.
God is good because we had a lot of exposure at that point where we could find money in the same industry doing other things. Like for instance, even still now I work for the Board of Education in New York for New York Black Arts. I do off Broadway for all the schools in
That's dope, yeah.
in the area that children can't pay all those money for Broadway tickets. So we bring Broadway to the schools and stuff like that. So I got involved in that end of things and still producing and writing for people. People always, once they see you on TV and doing your music thing, people always gonna come and you're always gonna be able to have a bag if you know how to work your craft.
Yeah.
What about you, Q?
There you go, Mike.
Oh, of not being with the group?
Yep.
Yo.
What up, Michael?
What's up, big dog?
Yep.
To be honest, it was a very hard time.
They just kicked you out the group.
They were just talking shit about you too, Mike.
Kicked you out the group. I got to Q, my bad.
Nah, it was a very hard time for me. This is the time where I went through mental health.
Yeah.
And I'm healed now, but I went through so much of not being in a group and some other stuff too. It just was a time of kind of like me trying to recover.
Did you go to therapy?
Yes.
Good job, my brother.
Still do.
And me too.
Yeah,
absolutely. I wanted to ask Robert, because you said something earlier. You said that Diddy didn't really know what he was doing, which is shocking because, of all the success he's had with R&B groups, like before y'all, it was the Jodeci's, it was the 112. What you mean when you said you didn't know what he was doing?
Well, I just think it was more divine. I think God had more to do with it. I believe he knows good talent. He know how to put it together. I just don't think he thought he was putting together that all these years later, whether he's involved or not, no matter how much we've been kicked down or that we still gonna overcome. From these 5 different places in the world, that already put a big wedge between us to be able to be successful, be able to get rehearsals in and stuff like that. So I just don't think he really knew. I don't think he was really in control. That's just my spiritual opinion.
Right.
You know, I think
You
that
know what I hate, you guys? I hate a passionate person that doesn't have a good work ethic. And I think we're all passionate and have great work ethic. And I think that keep us together, too.
Yeah,
So
common
you think
goal.
Diddy don't have a good work ethic? Is that what you're saying? Like,
No, I wouldn't say
I
that
think
at
he
all.
meant as far as other groups and people that can't keep
other
it
groups
together and things
other
like that.
artists.
got you.
Sometimes they have the passion, but they don't know how to put the work in behind it. You know, they don't want to get up early in the morning or, I don't know, they just don't want to put the work in behind it.
Well, what did y'all learn from Bad Boy in those days that y'all are still able to apply to now?
Man, there's always somebody trying to take
somebody
your spot.
trying to take your spot. I'll never forget that.
Always.
Ever.
Always remember that
No sleep.
somebody
You
always
say
trying
no
to take
sleep.
your spot.
While
Like
you sleep,
while
is
you
somebody
sleep, somebody else is working harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like so, like I think that plays a huge part in us still being a group as well.
The sad thing is what you said something earlier, that because it was a reality show and TV show, I don't think people took y'all as serious as they should have, right?
Exactly.
And I think we did that with everybody. I think we did that with Daddy Kane. I think we did that with the Making of the Band crew with Dylon. Even on the crossover, Ruben Studdard and Fantasia.
American Idol.
Fantasia is kind of the only one that we really accepted to, but Ruben, we
exactly.
loved him.
I disagree with
But
that.
after he came, we
I
never
disagree.
could fuck with Ruben again.
I disagree with that.
We never messed with Ruben
His new
again.
album, I just heard his new album. Like he's working on a new album now. It's phenomenal.
The reason I disagree with the analogy he's making
We love
because they
Fantasia,
didn't
though.
make people on American Idol do the things that they made y'all do.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Making the Band.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
American
Hell
Idol
no.
was always treated as this is going to be the next superstar. Like this is going to be America's next top superstar. They didn't have him walking to Brooklyn.
Like,
to
Yeah, like it was kind of
Asian.
like
No one's no
almost
Asian.
like a degrading type thing.
was,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like
And at the
I
time,
think
it's crazy because at the time you don't see it that way.
You don't.
I mean, you just in the fight and you like, the competitive nature and you was like, nah, I'm just finna win. You know what I mean? No matter
I
what it
think
is.
it make you when you compete and it make it like that too. Like when you competing against somebody else, it's not really thinking about what you're doing. It's just thinking about beating the
beating
next
this
dude.
guy. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
whatever it is, he ain't gonna beat me.
shit, it was like that for the first album too. When the group was picked, y'all still was in competition mode.
Not me.
When Brian left the group, did they? Well, you didn't even have the option, but did you think about replacing him?
No,
we know
no.
our fans wouldn't have that.
Yeah, that's what we felt. We just felt like that
me?
with them watching us grow on TV and come together, it had just been hard to be like, yeah, and here's this new guy.
Yeah, he ain't get no cheesecake. I feel like that's what they gonna
That was
do.
his thing.
And we watched a lot of other groups try that, and it failed.
But
So-
no, this shit did great with it when they put Johnny in.
Yeah, but that's Johnny Gill.
That's Johnny Gill.
And they
Yeah.
added somebody.
That's different.
Look, and they added somebody. They didn't lose nobody to add him. They just added an addition to. They didn't like get rid of one of the
No,
people.
Bobby left.
Bobby
left.
left,
brought Johnny
right?
in.
Oh, Bobby
Yeah,
left.
Yeah, Bobby left.
We watched a lot of other
We did
groups like
Destiny's
even
Child. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked for them too. Like 3 times, You give it like the only 2 groups that ever they
But
worked
the
for.
difference is goes back to the point. Like all of y'all are vocalists. You can
Right.
do that in Destiny's Child because no disrespect, those they weren't.
don't do
Latoya
that.
Luckett
Don't do
could
that.
sing, but Latoya could sing.
Yeah, she can.
but they weren't considered the lead singers of the
Right.
group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Mike, what was your take when Brian left? Because everybody's saying it was completely Brian's fault that they got dropped from
Oh
Atlantic.
yeah, when he left, yeah, it was his fault.
Damn, Brian. 4-1. It's unanimous.
Yeah, it was him.
It was him. Let me tell y'all something, man. Somebody always got to be the bad guy.
It's all good. In this case,
That's bad. In that time
And
period,
that's okay.
that was you.
That's okay. I'll accept that.
So I was gonna ask who was the biggest, diva of the group back in the day, but I think we've got that answer.
No,
Yeah.
no, definitely not me.
Wasn't you?
No.
What is the definition of that diva?
Late,
Oh,
bougie.
I'm never late, never bougie.
I gotta
Okay.
stay at a 5-star. Gotta fly first class.
oh,
Whoa.
That type of person. Who you looking at? Who you looking at, Brian? Who was that person?
I don't know.
I was trying to
At
see.
that time, at that time, I don't know. I don't think we had that.
Look, Day 26 new album, Day 1's available right now. I'll send the platform. If you don't got it,
Ain't no
it's
deal.
available right now, y'all. I'm just putting it
I
out
do
there.
want to talk to y'all about when I know when the Bad Boy reunion tour happened, y'all weren't there, but then y'all did y'all own thing. Did they even invite y'all?
Yeah,
No.
we did.
Yep.
Yes, we did.
They didn't invite
got-
you, Brian.
Brian,
No, we got invited.
Why did
Everybody hates
Brian
Brian.
again? Damn, Brian.
Brian.
Everybody hates Brian.
Brian went on the radio and said something to Puff, and then
But you said the Puff.
Man, I just basically was like, yo, like, I just find it kind of weird.
That you got all this baby oil.
I don't know anything about that. But I just said.
Back to back.
Pause. No,
Pause.
like, I absolutely know nothing about that. I just felt like it was weird that, like, yo, you got a whole Bad Boy tour going on. Like, it wasn't like in the beginning stages or talks or anything like that. Nobody reached out to us before it or anything. The tour was on.
So
nobody reached out to us, and I felt that it was kind of weird because, like, yo, like,
they reached
I
out.
felt like we played a huge part.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, especially in like the, you know, the.
So
I just
all it
felt
was
funny.
he didn't know.
Well, they reached out to y'all.
Well, then you know what?
He reached out, he didn't know.
Communication rules the nation.
Okay.
Hold on, let him get in.
He didn't know
Transparency, brother.
that Puff had us on like certain dates. So like all the major markets, he wanted us to come in and fill in on those. But then once he was putting it together, because we was doing like the big autograph signing and things and sending that in for the merch. And once like a week later, Brian did an interview and saying, you know, we need to be on there. And I don't know why we're not on there. And then he was
took
like,
y'all off.
Yep.
Yeah, he was like, who the
I'm gonna tell you, Harv Pierre called me personally and was like,
always like that, man.
Harv Pierre called me personally, was like, hey man, tell your boy Brian to shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, he's like, we already got you on tour, but Puff don't want to put y'all on there no more because he heard what he said or whatever like that.
Damn.
And I'm like, and
Just
then
don't know how
next,
to shut up, man.
I'm the bad guy.
Quiet,
Say
bro.
hello to the bad guy.
I don't understand why. I don't understand the miscommunication though, because that's just a conversation.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
clearly,
No. But see,
Real
think about
simple,
this.
right?
Now he said all that, right? That's my first time hearing about all that.
No, it
So-
ain't.
so-
No, it's not.
Bro, I did not know anything about it. You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all always want, okay, cool. You know
Man,
what?
you got the best accountability partners around you. They are not gonna let you go.
That's lucky too.
No, it's not.
Nobody goes back to this. No.
We definitely said this before.
No. After the fact, but I'm saying before, nobody knew about any of this.
Right. You see,
Like,
when you was speaking, you didn't know
was
the
no
Puff was gonna
communication.
call.
There was no transparency.
Which is why you made the statement.
I would. Do you think it would have happened had I known all this information?
Right.
Like, that's why I'm saying, like, communication is key to everything, every relationship, every business, everything. Communication is key to everything, and there was no communication being brought to Brian.
So if somebody knew in the group
And withheld
why
information.
nobody tell you?
That's a great
Like,
question.
y'all
I didn't
knew.
know.
That was management.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Management knew.
But y'all
Management
brothers though. Forget the management. As
No. Management told us.
Not to tell Brian.
I don't understand how Brian got left out of it.
I don't either, but when
because again, this was weeks of him telling us this, and we were in the process, like we were in the last phase of like doing the autograph signing
I knew
to be a
nothing
part
about
of the tour. So I don't understand how he slipped through the cracks and everybody else didn't. So, but we have management. Management's supposed to communicate to everybody else.
Communication, right?
Every executive at Bad Boy is lying if they act like that band era of Bad Boy didn't matter.
Right.
Like there's a all of it. We grew up on it from the band to Danny Kane to Day 26.
It saved Puff during that time.
Right.
musically.
Yes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I felt.
100%.
I mean, like, so I feel like even with that era being watched, even from that tour, was like, oh, what you doing? Like, it kind of put us back in mentally to think like, okay, cool. We already knew he was coming from a television show, but he even kind of stamped that more for us at that moment. Like, damn, bro, you really thought of it just like a TV show, and the rest of this music shit is what you're doing, but you know, you just trying to erase what we brought, you know, and so that's why it's really strong that we still here, you know, because it's without no extras, you know, it's because we really passionate about what we're doing, it's because we really believe, and it's because the fans really receive us and they come out. Other than that, it really makes sense.
People try to stop us too.
Oh yeah.
We done had some roadblocks along the way, like some big opportunities that kind of fell through, and we don't know why, you know. So we
Like,
still,
like what?
Man,
we still fighting those
Invite
kind
y'all
of that
for
kind of
things.
adversity too. You know what I'm saying?
Like what, Robert?
I mean, deals. I don't know if I should really.
I mean, but basically deals that we had that, you know, that we
Big
know
deals.
that we had that we would actually end that, you know, just magically.
Yeah.
Like labels, endorsements.
Yeah.
I mean, paperwork.
Man, like real deals.
Contracts already signed and everything.
Paperwork.
After the Bad Boy, after Atlantic, we had more opportunities because people saw it and they believed like, yo, y'all ain't got a deal. So we started having so many conversations. We had situation we had a situation we was actually signed to another major, and as we did like a press release to let the world know, the next day, we didn't have a deal no more.
Look,
And
that
he was
up.
already
I don't
on
know.
contract.
Damn.
What label was that? I don't remember that.
I mean, we can't speak
That's
on it
'cause
right
it was
now, but
shut
it's
down.
more.
Look that up, Lauren.
Yeah.
Do y'all feel that everything is happening with Puff right now is karma for some of the stuff he did?
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know.
God don't play about me, man. So I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of things that he's done. I mean,
I don't know what he really did and didn't do, so I don't know.
I do gotta ask a question though. Earlier today, we heard a guy say that Diddy liked to record in the shower, like in his bathroom. He set up equipment. Have y'all ever?
That's why he wanted y'all to get naked.
Have y'all ever recorded in the shower or the bathroom?
No.
Hell to the no.
Bro, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I don't know about half of the stuff they said out here, bro. I ain't never experienced it myself because I feel like
Yeah, he said he recorded.
as a grown ass man, some of the stuff you just shouldn't experience anyway. And I'm a grown man. It's only so much, so far you can influence or push me or push me in a direction I don't want to go.
Follow me in the bathroom. I'm about to shoot.
At some point, they said they set up all the equipment and everything. They said they set up all the equipment and
like they
Diddy
usually
would
would
in the shower.
do. Like
I think you're making this up, Envy.
No, that's true. That's true.
I mean,
It's on the new Diddy doc.
On the new Diddy.
Yeah, the guy.
The guy said that he
Lil
wanted
Rock.
to
I watched
record.
it. I seen it.
Oh, you seen it, right?
Yeah,
He said
yeah.
record in the
watch
shower.
it.
What did he say happened in the shower?
I don't.
Now you watched it, but you don't know. Somebody set you up. I watched it. What did he say? I don't remember.
No. I did just watch the new. What you talking about with Sarah Stokes and all of them on there? That one?
You talking
Sarah
about-
that's
and-
the one
on
on
HBO
ID,
Max?
ID channel.
The ID channel.
I mean,
It just came out
it's
like a
like
week
10
ago.
of them, but
Oh,
the
yeah.
one that just
Yeah.
came out a couple nights ago
Okay.
on ID.
Oh, that one that just came out.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
But he said he recorded and Diddy wanted to record in the shower because he said it was a vibe in the shower. That's what he
It was
said. Real true
creative.
story.
Being creative.
I'm gonna be
you know.
honest.
Recording music? Oh, I mean, I don't
Uh,
know.
Can I say
Yeah.
something? I just want to say, to be very transparent with y'all, like I've been through so much trauma with this guy, man, and the whole situation. And I just want to say, I think he needs a lot of prayer and he needs mental health, like the things that we can relate to. You know,
Absolutely.
I think that's what's gonna save him or help him.
Yeah.
Nothing else. I don't think we should talk about him. I don't think we should make fun of him. It's like real shit. That's
A lot of the stuff is funny though.
It is funny. I agree with you, Q.
Just some
I'm
things.
with you 100%. But it is, to Jeff's point,
It's
it
funny.
is a lot of comedy.
A joke is a joke.
But there's also a lot of trauma there.
And
I'm sorry, it'll be funny.
sometimes that's all you can really do.
I just
you know what I
think
mean?
it's
You
so-
just laugh at it. Just not all of it.
When
You know
they
what I'm
put
saying?
out
Just some of the
all
things
them
is like,
thousands of
come
bottles of
on,
baby
like,
oil,
Yeah.
bro, it's funny.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
But you know what it is,
Jess.
Q? Like a lot of times, man,
Say-
you see
say
people. A lot of times when we talk about people's trauma, it makes it feel like we're making excuses for him. But it really is.
Right.
That
Yeah.
really probably is the root of all of this
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
hurt people, man.
There we go.
yeah.
For
There
sure.
we go.
But no, you definitely on to something like, you know, just praying for him because obviously the latest documentary, which is why we was asking y'all about it, it actually dives into his childhood and how he may have gotten to the state of where he is or where he was.
Now I
when
seen
he
that
was
with the
doing-
making of a bad boy. That's
Yeah,
what
something like
I
that.
seen
Yeah,
that.
my man, know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they got to show like how, you know, his past with his
Yeah.
mom and how things
Yeah.
that he was privy to at such a young age and how it
Yeah.
how
Yeah.
it may have a lot to do with how he.
But I
was.
like these
If
conversations,
you don't
though.
mind me asking, Q, you don't got to answer. How did he traumatize you personally?
I can't talk about it right now.
Gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha.
But you will find out soon.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the reason I say I do like these conversations is there's a lot of young people that's trying to get into the industry. And a lot of times if we don't tell these stories, whether, you know, people are going to joke, it's regardless. But a lot of times if we don't tell these stories, people don't see it, right?
Yeah.
Because from the outside, you know, we see Diddy on television a lot, and a lot of it seems for TV.
Yeah.
But you guys have been traumatized by it,
Yeah.
and you know, and his other members have been traumatized. So
Early
if we
on.
don't, a lot of times we don't tell those stories. The next generation of artists that's coming up have no idea.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
You
so
know,
sometimes-
that's
Like,
what you just
look at
said,
what you
man, is why I
said.
got so much respect for the new generation of artists because they found a way to not need labels and do these things that become famous on their own.
Technology.
So right now, bro, I guarantee you nobody can get on TV and making a band because these little kids will whoop your ass. You get on there telling them to
Yeah.
go get some cheesecake or talking to them the way Diddy was talking to us and stuff like that. I'm not taking nothing away from ourselves. We just had respect
era.
for it was a different era.
Yeah.
These kids ain't letting that happen.
And to the point of what Envy was saying, like, yeah, it is good to tell these stories. I understand it's hard for you to tell yours right now, but it's good to tell them because what did you say? You said you came from Germany, and when you got to the States, you wanted to be signed with Bad Boy because you didn't know about all that other
Yeah.
stuff. All you knew was this guy, he made this person hot, this person, he produced this record, and he had Biggie, and he had all these, you know what I'm saying? So
He was
you
the
wanted to be a
shining
The
part
very
of that
first concert I
stardom,
ever went
you
to
know?
was the Bad Boy.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
So that's
Yeah.
also why these things are important too.
Very important. Outside of
and is
lives,
it-
like it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it hard, right? Like, you know, 'cause, you know,
Pause. What are you talking about? Is it
man,
hard?
cut it out. when Q said you had trauma from that dude way before any of these allegations, right? So when you got to do interviews and you know these questions are going to come up, does it trigger things?
To
Usually
be
they
honest,
reserve
to
that
be
first.
honest, and it used to, in my documents that I have for my mental health, I have his name mentioned in there. But it used to traumatize me a lot, to where everybody thought something was really wrong with me and stuff. But I just don't blame him. I blame people around him too, because they ain't innocent either. So it's a lot, man.
That's the thing. Like you said, enablers, people around him who are, whatever happened, we don't know because he's not found guilty or anything like that. But the people around him that's allowing it to happen, a lot of times those people are just as guilty. You know?
Just as they are.
People have seen something and never said something. Say something now. I seen it. Well, how come you didn't say it then? You could have saved that person or you could have helped that person. So when we see things like that, that's why I always feel like it's good to talk about things where people understand. Because a lot of people don't understand the industry. They just see the gold and the glisten, the cars, the mansions, the jewelry, the clothes. They be like, this is what I want. Right. But a lot of times they don't know how that happened, you know?
Yeah.
So when you hear the Aubrey O'Days and the D Woods talking, how did that make y'all feel?
I mean, for me, I just seen it, and I really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And for us to be so close with them, and experience so much with them, to not know that they was experiencing those kind of things, that was weird to me, because I literally never heard nothing like that about any of them while we were there. Now, we experienced some of the stuff with him, firing them and all of that stuff, but as far as like, the stuff that D Woods and them was talking about, like body shaming and the other things, like with Sarah Stokes talking about.
Everybody was too big. Everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But it was further. It was further than that. Like she went, like Sarah Stokes was talking about how he touched her inappropriately. Those kind of things like that. I never really experienced those, and I never seen them act that kind of way, but that could be their mask or their shield. I'm not saying it did, but I'm just saying as they brothers, they never disclose those kind of things with us.
And the sad thing when men,
but y'all knew your brother was going through something, though.
No, not at that time. We didn't.
Not
at the time. So when he ended up coming back to the group, that's when we started to understand things was different and seeing a different walk and understanding what it was.
When I left the group, I went to sing background for Dirty Money.
Right, he was on stage with them on the news that time. I was
I was looking at the news like, why is my group member singing backgrounds?
Yeah, so he stuck around a little bit longer inside of that formula versus us leaving and doing the Atlantic thing and trying to figure that out. So when he got back, we did notice different things or whatever, but he's a lot better right now. For sure.
I'm glad you're a lot better, Q.
I was gonna say things are changing because when men deal with things, it's usually funny at first, right? No matter what it is, like I'm not putting your stuff out there, but Charlamagne talks about a time when he was a kid that something happened to him. And the first reaction when he tells that story, people laugh.
Right? I couldn't believe
tell the story
that,
about
though.
you and Clue. When Clue first taught you how to DJ, I laugh about that too.
There's nothing there.
He said when Clue first taught him how to DJ, he was standing at the bus stop sucking on a lollipop. He said Clue pulled up in a nice car, and he was like, "Damn, that's a nice car." And the stick and Clue
No, when you was little and you was around your sisters in the room and all that. And New Edition popped up on the TV and Charlamagne was like, Michael Bivins, that nigga cute. And your father almost snatched your ass up. It's like, hold up, boy, what you talking about?
That's true. Or the picture of you sitting on Wendy Williams' lap.
What about Clue teaching you how to DJ because he came up behind you?
See? That's true.
Now this is a good segue to ask y'all about freak offs. You ever been to any?
Hell
no, sir.
Man.
No.
Okay.
No, sir.
No.
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Yeah, nah.
Never.
No.
I
I
think the only time
I've
we've
seen
ever
the door to a couple, but never walked through.
The only time we were blessed to be warned about a lot of the stuff before we were ever an opportunity off camera to be involved in it.
Wow.
So we already knew what not to
you.
do. Where, whatever the case may be, I don't know what was exactly going on in those things, but we were definitely warned
not
to go.
And also, I think a lot of people
Who put y'all on the game?
Oh man, just a little birdie from the show.
Right.
From Bad Boy or just the show in general?
A couple of actors told us about it.
A dancer.
Wow.
He was probably privy to it.
It was like, hey man, stay away from the red door.
Literally told us to stay away from the red door, so that's kind of a big thing.
Yeah.
I would not want to go through what y'all went through, bro.
Not at all.
Who gave y'all the name Day 26? Who was that?
We did.
Okay, so y'all. Okay, I thought that was like Diddy saying like, man, y'all did.
Nah, he tried to take it from us.
Day
The day we came up with it, he tried to take it from us and change it to 26 Day, and we like, nah,
26 Day. Okay.
Yeah. August 20. Oh,
No, the name came from us being selected on August 26th. So we just took that through the years. We heard, we like, okay, it didn't age well at some points because people were like, 20. It does great now, but I'm saying, but at some point we had people like, yeah, you've been around for 26 days. You know, we played into it a little bit, but at the same time, it came from August 26th.
Or was somebody missing? They be like, oh, y'all day 23 now.
Got it.
The day that changed our lives, like it's a day that we'll always remember.
Was it a blessing or a curse though?
Both. Blessing.
Honestly, man, no, man. I won't even put nothing like negative on this, man. Like, cause I mean, God's still he's still working on this.
Yeah, and it was a lot of curses there because, like, you know, a lot of, you know, we got a lot of money
with the blood, baby.
A lot of money, you know. But at the same time, we still got our passion, we still got our voices, we still got our fans, we still got our to do for our families. We're here. We're making a statement. Yeah. So all those things still matter. You know what I mean? So that's why I would say throughout all the curses that could have been throughout the years, we ended in a blessing. For sure. Yeah, man.
And my last question. Okay, so y'all got this album out now. Will y'all be touring? Will it be a tour? Okay. And did he recoup anything from y'all now? So y'all are no more tied to this man at all.
Did we talk about like our publishing?
Well, he still got our publishing from those albums.
Okay.
I thought he gave it back.
He didn't give us anything.
We didn't sign up.
He got on there and said he
ain't even offer us.
He sold it to
didn't.
Sony.
And he can give it to us now. You know, make the calls or whatever. But we do.
And all the other money that's owed.
Yeah.
How much you think?
Because right now his kids got all that money. On our publishing, they say his kid's name and his mama.
No.
Yeah. Every time I see every month, I be like, man, these.
So the publisher isn't his kids and mom, but. So that time when he said I was giving all my artists back their publishing,
we wasn't one of the groups he offered that.
He sat right here and said it. We did.
I said that's what he was at.
He said that he gave everybody back.
Yeah, he probably did some, but then I was talking to Aubrey during the time, and she was telling me a lot of things. I guess she had got offered the situation, and she was saying how it wasn't worth it anyway.
And she got
she had to sign something saying she
got
$33. She got Aubrey O'Day got $33.
Yeah.
Why are we doing all these documentaries?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I be mad too.
So how much you think is owed out of everything? Because I know you guys figured it out with accountants and all that. How much you think is owed?
You know what the thing is? Even off the show alone, they made
millions of dollars.
Yeah, it had to be like 70 to 100. It was a lot of money. I don't know the exact number.
First album did 15 million.
Yeah, it's
15 million.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they told us.
You only spent no 15. They 26.
Yeah, the first album.
We got our
first album.
After dime.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was about to say what you talking about. I think I get what you're saying. And no, that's not correct.
It made 14 million.
That's what I'm talking. It made 14
million.
I didn't say it sold 14 million. I said it made 14 million.
Y'all be TLC.
I saw what he was in with it. I'm like, no, he finna go deep. Like 14 million.
Let me call no, we did not sell 14 million albums.
No, we didn't sell 14 million. We made that. It made that much money.
But we didn't go. You know,
but see, that's what Diddy would say. Diddy would say, we spent so much money on them, we put so much into them, or we didn't recoup back what we put in it.
But I would disagree because our situation was tied in with MTV that was paying for so much stuff on their end anyway, like that. It took so much cost off of Bad Boy and Atlantic that didn't make no sense. So that makes no sense at all.
They didn't have no cost.
Yeah, they wasn't spending no money. As a matter of fact, they was getting their budget from having us on Bad Boy. They the sub label. You know what I'm saying? So that's impossible for that to even be business wise. Y'all know business. They don't go like that.
So you think so many people had their hand in the pot that's probably why y'all couldn't get no money?
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, you talking about MTV, Bad Boy, was it Atlantic? No, Interscope or Atlantic?
Atlantic.
Like everybody, the writers, everybody that signed up, like they got.
They all rich right now.
Yeah, he might have owed somebody a favor or something. They got theirs out of, whatever it was. But we knew what we were signing into. Well, at least I did. When we had to sign.
So when did he change the publisher? Because it wasn't in his kid's name at first, right? Or
no, it was always. That was it from the jump.
From the jump, it was in his kid's name and his mama's
So
name.
he already knew, which, I mean, I get it. He a father and he got kids. But at the same time,
don't erase my name.
I'm a father and I got kids.
Exactly, and that's what it comes down to. Because I'm a father and I got kids as well.
Right.
And now we want to, be able to do for our children the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So give me my money.
That's all I care about with the whole Diddy thing, man. I just want my money, bro. I just want my money. I want what I'm worth, the albums that we sold, and the way I should be living, and I don't want to see your kids rolling around in a car better than mine.
That's just
off of my music, off of my stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just weird. How do you even have that conversation and justify that with somebody?
Yeah. And then
that's
you
just
from
weird.
Germany, so you come in a whole different way. Niggas. Nigga, I'm from Germany. Nigga, don't play with me like that. But so day ones, he gets nothing from day one.
None at
All right,
which is available right now on all streaming platforms.
That's right.
Hey, shout out to Amir and the exclusives, man. They put this album together. Amir, that's my cousin. He back there.
And I think the biggest thing about this album is the first album we was able to do with just one writer, one producer. You know, that whole type of nucleus with just us. You know, it's our other albums always had different producers, you know, different writers, including us. But this right here was just one body of work. You know, one producer. Yeah, that whole type of feel. Yeah. And I mean, it's real R&B. I think everybody will enjoy it.
Yes.
People have called it a classic. You know, so I'm hoping that everybody, you know, go check it out.
This is my last question. Is the industry really worth your peace of mind? And if you could do it all over again, would you have taken the route y'all took?
I would say it's not the industry, it's the people in the industry, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I love the industry and the work that it's provided, making my dreams come true, making me join with the group and the experience. All of that's great, but it's some wicked people out here, man.
And that's everywhere in life,
when
bro.
you're talented, they would try to come in and just distract you and destroy whatever it is that God has for your purpose, man. And you just gotta watch out for them people and don't compromise.
Yeah.
All right. Well, definitely support Day 26. I know y'all got a show
Absolutely,
in New York.
man.
Yeah, SOBs tomorrow.
First show is sold out.
It's tonight.
Yeah, I mean tonight.
Oh, we
First show is sold out. You know what I'm saying? Second show is almost there, so get your tickets right
only a few
now.
left, and
you know what I'm saying?
not
We selling
playing.
merch. You know what I'm saying? The Day 26 merch. Y'all see that?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
got shirts, we got
Established.
hoodies, we got hats, we got crop tops, we got crop hoodies, we got sweats, we got all socks. What else we got? Shout out to Mark and Aaron.
Yeah.
We got varsity jackets as well. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see the quality is amazing. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
amazing.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good.
I'm just happy to see y'all working, man.
No,
Yeah.
for sure, man. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Blessings,
God
man.
is good.
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all
We
for joining
appreciate
us. Let's get into a record. What y'all want to hear?
Over You, our
You.
new single
Over You.
Yeah.
off our new album.
Well, let's get it
Day
on right
ones.
now. It's the Breakfast Club. It's Day 26.
Yeah.
Wake that ass up.
In the morning.
The Breakfast Club.